Hi, this is Tracy Davey, and here is a quick webinar regarding how to look up information in SEDREF and how to access information through SEDDAS. Whenever there is a change to the leadership at your charter school, that person needs to, or maybe yourself, needs to be introduced to the state education department. The state maintains a thorough and dynamic database which allows them to make sure that they can contact schools with information regarding deadlines or announcements of grant opportunities, anything. The system needs to be updated again so they can contact you and give you all the stuff you need. SEDREF is where they keep that information, which is the State Education Department's reference file. It's accessible through their website at nysed.gov and by tapping on the business portal. From this view, and this, you don't even have to log into the business portal to get any further. All of these applications visible here are open to the public. SEDREF is one of them. By tapping here, you'll be able to find information regarding any school or institution that the State Education Department works with. The three easiest ways to search for a school is by using either the popular name, the institution ID, which is a large number that starts with 8, I forgot how many digits, 13 or something, and then the beds code. If you choose to search by name, it does need to be an exact match. So in this field, frequently less is more useful. So if you are working within a CMO, you might want to even just put in the keywords like achievement first with the the percent sign to get a return of all of the information in schools that have achievement first in the name. If you don't know the institution or beds codes for your school, on our website you can hover over help, then tap on the school contact list. And then again here we have a mini database of information regarding the various codes and whatnot, all public information about your school. You can easily click, drag, and copy an institution code and put it back in that SEDREF lookup and find your school. On this screen, where I had achievement first with the percent sign listed on the page, I hit enter, and then I get a listing of all institutions that the state works with that have achievement in their name. And as you notice down here, it gives you the type of institutions. There's a preschool, there's a feeding site, there's the corporate offices. So this is a great way to make sure that you're looking at everything. If you are a school whose name starts with Bronx or South Bronx, your list might be super long and you might want to get a little more specific. Everything, anytime, on any of their pages, you see something blue and underlined. It's a hyperlink that allows you to drill down to additional information. On this example, I actually drill down into information about the Aspire charter schools. All this public information is available, like which borough they're in. I can see the authorizer. And this is what I like to call the Cracker Jack surprise, something I didn't expect the first time I looked in here. I can also find out your GPS locations. Scrolling down further on the page, you can now view people listed as holding administrative positions at your school. This part is key to the state being able to communicate with you effectively. By having someone listed as your testing coordinator, whenever there's information about ordering exams, an error on an exam for maybe a translated question, they're going to email everyone who's listed as a testing coordinator. They also want to know especially who your chief executive officer is. This person, as soon as they are reported to state ed, is given superpowers to access and report anything regarding the school, and also to delegate access to information on other applications to their staff. There is an item here, if you let state ed know that you would like somebody noted as an additional contact, that person will receive copies of all emails that the state sends out to the principals and CEOs of your school, which is very helpful if you know someone's going to be out for a while but you're not changing the principal. Maybe it's a maternity leave, but you want to make sure you don't miss an email. That's a great place to be able to ensure that there's continuity of information. The beauty of the way they maintain everything through SEDREF allows them to have one username, and password for all of their different applications. Their usernames are always a first name dot last name. There may or may not be a number at the end if you have had access to other schools in the past, or one school maybe. When you get access to a new school, you'll have the number 2 after your last name. And the passwords, I believe it's every 6 months, need to be reset. So it's vitally important that each person has their own account. It's easy to reset your password, but when you queue it up to do so, a link or a token is emailed to the email address listed in SEDREF. So if you are using someone else's account, they're going to get that link, and if you couldn't access them and talk to them to be able to get into the system to begin with, you might not be able to get back in the account at this point. We have resources on our Student Data Services website on the quick links on the right-hand side, and you can get a full user guide, and you can also get a copy of an email from David Frank regarding how to update SEDREF. And as I like to do, I want to give you some helpful hints on everything you need to know in his email is right here on the page. When you need to make a change or addition to any one of these positions at your school, write a quick email to a letter on your letterhead, which you are going to email to the State Education Department via their data support at niced.gov. And in this letter, on your letterhead, you need to include the BEDS code, the name of the new person, their actual title, beside the role that you're putting them into, and then an email and telephone number for contact. Again, as soon as someone has been given access to the various applications on the State Education Department, they're able to go anywhere they need to using one access. And everything that the state has is referred to as L2. So it's possible that you'll put information in level 0 and it's not up there because it has to travel through level 0, level 1 to get out to level 2. And that can take anywhere from 3 to 10 days, depending on what day you prepped your data. Here is a copy of that user guide that is available on our webpage for SEDDAS. SEDDAS is the State Education Department's dedicated account system. When I was at a school as a chief information officer and I needed new rights to maybe TAB when that application rolled out, I had the manual actually electronically on my computer, sat next to my chief executive officer and helped him, tap here, look for this, tap there, do that, hit save, and we were done in 3 to 5 minutes to make sure that I had all of the access that I needed. I highly recommend doing the same. This is a view of someone from my BOCES here logged into SEDDAS. And here are the different systems that people at a school need to access. When someone logs into the system, they will see what rights they have. And super users, especially that CEO, if they can give other people the right to create accounts, would then be working along in this navigational pane on the left-hand side to search for a new user to give her he or her additional access to other applications, or create a new user to give someone access to the state applications. Considering all the different sources, systems, and websites that we saw in that main screen after logging into the business portal, who does need data? Again, on this page right off the top, you can grab a user guide if you need to, but the principal at the very least is going to have to be able to complete violent incidents and dangerous incident reporting, so VADR and DASA. They'll probably have to order exams if you have students anywhere from 3 through 8, or needing to take any high school Regents exams. The IRS Exchange, this was actually the first week it rolled out, and that's why it's duplicated. I should have released that, sorry. But this is a new software for the 16-17 school year that allows state ed to quickly give you kind of like a form to fill in and report data, or to sign off verifications and certification of data. A data person, or maybe your director of ops, is going to need that. They'll also want to be able to get into the Information Reporting Services portal. This is where reports and information is exchanged from State Ed, their data shop, the Information Reporting Services, including teachers out of certification or 3 through 8 results. Another important one is the State Student Identification System, or NISIS. If you have a new student come into your building, Jane Doe, and there's 25 Jane Does across the state, and 2 others, beside the one that came to your school, have a similar age, maybe the exact same middle name, the parents' first names are the same. Who knows? It's all possible, right? Anyway, they would show you the 3 students, and then they say, you know, is one of these kids your student, or else you'd have the option of picking a new one. The PD system actually stands for Persons with Disabilities. It's possible that your CSE chair will need to be able to access that to complete reporting for your school. And I'm not sure about this one. I believe the DOE handles all of the state aid reporting for all of the New York City charter schools and their own school district. But if someone at your building needs that, this is where it's located. Here is a page from the SEDDAS guide. You'll see that it's nice and clear, shows you exactly what you'll see on the screen, tells you what to tap on and how to get the work done. I would say it's highly, important to be cognizant that we are only giving access to people to the information that they need. If it's not appropriate for someone to see which students have free and reduced price lunch, then don't choose that. And if it's not appropriate for someone to see staff information, then don't choose that for that person. But at the top here, they would pick the different software systems and then the type of information that they can receive. State Ed's website has a great web page here for resources and tips and tricks to get through things quickly. And this is the web address, and it's also a hyperlink. And here is an email address to write to if you have questions regarding SEDDAS or get stuck there somehow, cannot reset your account. You can write to seddas@niced.gov. Call us if you need us at 631-218-4134. Have a great day.